أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب الله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وعلى أهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين. Okay, inshallah, today we will be starting our first session of Mafaheem Qur'an, and we will be learning to understand the Qur'anic Arabic. So basically, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, he has said, خياركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه إلى غيره. The best among you are those who have learned the Quran and teach it to the others. So inshallah, we've been given the opportunity to start learning about the Quran and to learn the meaning about it. And this is a very introductory course. This is a beginner course. So inshallah, we should not have any problem. You do not need any Arabic knowledge beforehand to start this course. And we can start it very easily and smoothly. We will not be going too fast. So if someone completes this course that we have successfully, they can easily understand almost 68% of the Holy Qur'an. So what we are learning is basically the repetitive words. We're learning words that are repeated over and over again over the many ayats, or over the 6,200 ayats that are in the Quran. And if you can see here in this table, the total number of words in the Quran, the ones that are approximately with repetition are 77,797 words. And the ones that are not repeated are only 7,000. And there are also even words that are repeated more than 10 times in the Quran. And these words are 63,000. Now, if we look at the total in percentages, we can see clearly that there are many words that are repeated over and over again. And inshallah, in this class, I will be teaching you guys those very common words that are in the Quran. And through this, we can, inshallah, we can learn to understand it whenever we see it or we're reading the Quran, inshallah. So that will be in this class. So in total, we will be having 3 different books that we'll be going through. So in this book, we will be going through 10 lessons for this beginner course. And inshallah, by the time we get to 16 lessons, we will have learned 65% of the Quran. So that is our goal, inshallah. And if you guys have the tawfiq to join me, we can be able to continue our studies and learn in the future, inshallah, to complete at least 50% of the Quran to be able to understand it. So without further ado, inshallah, we can start our class. And basically, here's the premise of the classes. We will first be memorizing the words. There will be a word bank that we will be memorizing together, and we will be repeating together. And after this, we will have exercises. There will be very simple exercises. And through this, we can be able to memorize those words. And after that, we will be translating verses. So at the end, we will be able to translate even some long verses of 7 or 8 words in there. It shouldn't be a problem by then, inshallah. That's our method in this course, and it's very helpful to learn this. So inshallah, let us start with our first lesson. So these are very simple words, and many of these words, if you understand Persian, you will be able to know the meanings of these. So I will be going through them, and if you can read them after me, inshallah. Okay. Sign. Ayah. Signs. Ayat. So signs are the plural of signs. So when it is ayah, which is for sign, but when we make it in a jam, or there are more than one signs, then it becomes ayat. Dust, turab, day, nahar, difference, ikhtilaf, earth, ard, Allah, Allah. So it is the exact same. Languages, alsina, colors, alwan, name, ism, creation, khalq, beneficent, rahman, merciful, rahim. And these are the words that were used for the beginning when we start by saying Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, the most beneficent and merciful. Heavens, skies, samawat. So we should make sure to know that samawat is plural. It is jama. So we are saying there is more than one heaven or more than one sky. So we say it is heavens. Sun, Shams, moon, qamar, people, qawm, night, layla, layl, believers, mu'minun, mu'minin, this, that, dhalika, you all, kum. So when we are addressing a certain amount of people, we say kum. And this is more than 2 people. So 3, 4, 5. We can use kum for this. He, his, him, it, who or he. So this is for example, if someone owns a book or something, we would say kitabihi. So this is at the end, which we say his book. That's what it would mean. And wa, with, in, bih, from, min. So when we talk about if we're going to somewhere, we're coming somewhere, we say min al masjid al haram, min, from, ila masjid al aqsa. So from this to ila there. So min means from. Certainly, la, for, li, in, fi, that, and, certainly, inna. So inna and la, they have the exact same meaning. So in a sentence, if we want to make it a sentence in which we are trying to say certainly this happened, or surely, we would say inna and also la. These are two that are used to make certainty. So now we are going into the fi'als or the verbs. So khalaqa, he created. So this is to say he, and it is in brackets because sometimes we won't need to say the he. We just say created. So this is just for us to know who the pronoun is in this sentence. They reflect, they ponder, yatafakkarun. So here you can see clearly that the 3 words that are at the base of this fi'al, this verb, is fakara. So they think, fikr. So people that reflect or they ponder, they are yatafakkarun. That's how we say that the verb that they use. They apply reason, yaqilun, aqala. So these are also the 3 points, aqal. So to apply reason. And this is for when you say they as the pronoun. So we say they apply reason, yaqilun. So these are the words that we will be learning inshallah in this class, and they should not be too difficult. There are many words, but we'll go over them one more time and we can learn them much easier through the second round since we've already learned them the first round. Okay, sign, ayah, signs, ayat, plural, singular. Dust, turab. One of the names of Imam Ali alayhi salam was Abu Turab, the father of dust. So this is one of the letters, one of the words that you can remember it by, dust. Day, nahar. And if you remember, we also learned about layl, night, and day, layl wa nahar. Difference, ikhtilaf, earth, ard. Allah, Allah. Languages, alsina. Colors, alwan. Name, ism. Creation, khalq. So now, if you paid attention, before we said there was khalaqa, and this is khalq. So they are very similar, but if you pay attention here, the one here, it has 3 different fathas on it. They have 3 fathas on top of each of the letters. And this makes it a verb. So this is for the verb as he created. Rather, in here, we say, this is what he created. Khalaqa khalq. He created creation. So that is the difference. And this is a subject. And rather, this could be an object, but that is a verb. Beneficent, Rahman, merciful, Rahim, heavens, skies, samawat, sun, shams, moon, qamar. So these are the 2 opposites of each other, shams, al-qamar. So these are the 2. People, qawm, night, layl, believers, mu'minun, mu'minin. So we know clearly that when we call believers, we say that is a mu'min. And this is the plural form, mu'minun, mu'minin. This, that, ذلك, ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه. In the Quran, we say this is a book which there is no doubt. So ذلك. You all, kum, he, his, him, it, he, who, and, wa, with, in, bih, from, min, certainly, la, for, li, in, fi, that, an, certainly, inna. He created, khalaqa. They reflect, they ponder, yatafakkarun. They apply reason, yaqilun. So these are the words that we will be learning. Inshallah, if you look at the text, the textbook yourself, you can be able to remember these. So for the la here, li, for, when important note here is that when li is joined with a pronoun, for example, li and hu, the li actually becomes a la in terms of a pronoun. So when it's lahu, laha, lahuma, lahum, lakya, lakuma, lakum, lana, for him, for them too, for them. So these are basically to show you that when li, which is usually with a kasra, when a pronoun is added to it, then it becomes a fatha. So lahu, laha, lahuma, laka, lakuma, lakum, lana, for us, and such. So these are pretty important to remember, that they become a fatha. So they do not become certainly, but they still have the meaning of for, only in cases when they're added with these pronouns. So now we can go ahead and start our exercises after learning these words. And these exercises are very easy. So inshallah, I will just give you guys 2 or 3 minutes to just look at exercise 1 and try to get the answers. So ard doesn't mean dust or earth. Samawat doesn't mean heavens or heaven. Ayat doesn't mean signs or ways. Khalaqa doesn't mean he was created or he created. Kum doesn't mean you both or you all. So I'll just give you 1 moment to look through that, and we will be taking it up in a minute or two. Okay, so now we've been able to look through them. So we should be able to, inshallah, now just answer them together. So number 1, ard. What did we say ard was? Did it mean desert or did it mean earth? If you guys remember, the answer was earth. Ard, earth, B. Samawat. Did it mean heavens or heaven? Basically, we said samawat. Because there is the wat here, it becomes a plural. If it was just sama, then it would have been a singular. So the answer is heavens. Ayat. Signs or ways. Basically, we said sign meant ayah, and for ayat, we said the answer is signs for plural. Khalaqa. He was created, or B, he created. We said this is the verb for the past tense for he created. So the answer would be he created. Kum, you both or you all. Basically, for you all would be the answer for kum, because we are saying that it is more than 2 people, 3, 4, 5. It would be you all. So now that was very easy. We can now continue to the next exercise. So these are the English words. And now you can take your time to look through the Arabic meanings and pick the ones that are correct for the following. Merciful, Rahman, Rahim, creation, Khalq, Khalaqa, certainly, Inna, an, that, this, fi, or dhalika, he, it, le, who, or he. So I'll just also give you guys 1 or 2 minutes for that, and we can take it up in 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, So now we can just go ahead and take this up. So merciful, what did we say? Rahman or Rahim? Basically, we said merciful is Rahim. Beneficent, merciful, Rahim. Creation, did we say khalq or khalaqa? If you guys remember, khalaqa was meant for a verb to say he created. So the answer would be khalq. Creation. That is what he created. Khalq. Certainly. Inna an. For certainly, the answer would be inna. So that is to say certainly. That, this. Would it be fi or dhalika? Fi in this means in. So the answer would be this one. That, this. And for the last one here, we have he, it. Would it be le or hu, he? If you remember, we said hu and he is supposed to be for hear it. And le, we said it was to say for him or for it. So this is le. So now, inshallah, we will be adding words together. So basically, there's a note here to say that we should translate the ayahs word for word. Initially, the translation may not form a fluent sentence. However, with practice and over a period of time, we will be able to translate the ayahs fluently. So here's an example. It says, so these are the literal translations that we are taught. Qul, you say. Huwa, he. Allah, Allah. Ahad, one. So these are some of these words are ones that you have not learned yet, but there's no issue. So here you can clearly see, if you try to make this into a sentence, it would be, you say, he, Allah, one. It may not sound as fluent, but you can clearly understand. Say, he is Allah, who is one. So we've been able to translate one of the ayahs of the Quran just like that, by translating each of them word for word. And just like this, Alhamdulillah, all praise, Lillah, for Allah, Rabbi, Lord, Al-Alameen, all the worlds. So if we read them, it would be all praise is for Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. So it may not sound very fluent at first, but over time, you'll be able to get the hang of it to be able to translate each of the ayahs by itself. So now, inshallah, we'll be going into translating some of these words together. So we'll be able to go through these words, such as when min ayatihi خلق السماوات واختلاف ألسنتكم لآيات لقوم يعقلون. So these are not very difficult. If you just split them apart, wa, min, ayat, he. They're very simple. You can just translate each word for word and you'll know if A is the answer or B is the answer. So I'll also give you guys 2 or 3 minutes for this, and we will be able to take it up in 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, so now we will be taking these up. So for each of them, they're not too difficult if we break it up. Wa and min from ayat, signs, his, and from signs of his. So is it and from their sign or and from his signs? We can clearly see the answer would be and from his signs. The answer would be B. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ, and from his signs. خَلْقُ samawat. So this is 2 words. خلق, creation. Samawat, heavens. Creation of the heavens. Is it he created heaven or is it creation of the heavens? It would be creation of the heavens. خلق السماوات, creation of the heavens. Okay, the next one, it is 4 words. Wa, اختلاف ألسنتكم. Wa and اختلاف, the difference, ألسنة, of your languages, yours. And the difference of languages of yours. Is it and difference of your languages or and difference of your tongue? We would say and difference of your languages. واختلاف ألسنتكم, and difference of your languages. لآيات. So this is two words. La ayat. La we said was certainly. Ayat, signs. So certainly are signs, or certainly in his sign. We said it is certainly are signs. The answer would be A. La ayat. Certainly are signs. لقوم يعقلون. So this would be three words. لقوم يعقلون. Le, we said it is for. قوم, the people who apply reason. So is it for those who think, or for those who apply reason? For those people who apply reason, we would say لقوم يعقلون would be for those people who apply reason. So these are very simple and they shouldn't be too difficult to answer. They're just many of the small words that we learned before, but they are just added together. So inshallah, with this, in the above ayah, here's a note that we should be paying attention to. Inna fi dhalika la'ayat. Clearly you see we have two words here that are supposed to signify emphasis. Certainly inna, and la, certainly. So if we want to translate it, we should only translate one of the certainlys. We do not need to translate both of them, because if we translate both of them, it would be certainly in that, certainly signs. And it wouldn't make as much sense. With only one certainly or particle of emphasis, we are able to say certainly in that are signs. We do not need the other particle of emphasis, la. Inna is sufficient enough. It is enough for us to have that to apply certainty. So that's just one point that we need to pay attention. And inshallah, we can start translating these words ourselves. They should not be too difficult. And we can start by going through each of them. Bismillah, ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, wa min ayatihi, khalqus samawat, an khalaqakum, min turab, ikhtilafu al-sinatikum, inna fi dhalika. So these are 8 that we will just be looking at for now and for our final exercise. And basically what I want you guys to do is go through these ones, these next few sentences, which are just some compound sentences. We just have many small words that we add together, and be able to translate it yourself. And it shouldn't be a problem, inshallah. I'll just give you guys a moment to look through that and try to answer that, each of them yourselves. Okay? Okay, so now we will just be going through these, and I will be writing these down, the answers. If you weren't able to write them down in time, it's no problem. We will just, you can write them down along the way as you are listening, inshallah. So, Bismillah, let's start with this one. Be, we said in, then in name, Allah. Right? So that's how we translated each of them. So then we can put these spacer words in the name of Allah. Bismillah. In the name of Allah. So that's how we can translate the first one. Bismillah. The next one. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. We said beneficent, merciful. That is the meaning of Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. And then, so now if we add them together, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful. So we've just been able to translate the beginning of the Quran to English. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ. If you guys remember above, we looked through this. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ. So let's go through this again. وَمِنْ, it is and, from, ayati, signs of his, and from signs of his, and from his signs. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ. So he says, and from his signs, خَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ. This is one of his signs. So وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ. The next one, خَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ. So khalq, what do we say? We didn't say khalq khalaqa meant he created, but we want to know the khalq, which is the creation. The creation of what? Samawat. We said that is plural. So of the heavens. The creation of the heavens. Khalqus samawat. And now this is one ayah here. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ خَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ. So that is one of them. And from his signs of his is the creation of the heavens. And خَلَقَكُمْ. Okay. And we said it means that. Khalaqa, we said that was the verb for past tense. Created, he created. Kum, you all. Right? So we said, an khalaqakum, that he created you all. So that is this. Min turab. We said min means from. And then turab, we said dust. We said min turab. He created you from dust. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. اختلاف ألسنتكم. اختلاف, we said it means difference, right? And ألسنتكم, languages. Kum, yours. The difference of your languages. So it might not be as fluent, but you can understand the meaning here. اختلاف ألسنتكم, the difference of your languages. Inna fi dhalika. These ones are 3 words here that we can learn. Inna fi dhalika. So inna, certainly. In this. Certainly in this. Inna fi dhalika. And this one, la ayat. It is certainly signs. Certainly are signs. La ayat. So now we just have one more very small one. This will be our last workout here, our last exercise. So we will just need to be filling the spaces. So this should not take too much time. These are full ayahs that we have here. And let's just take one moment to look through each of them and try to answer them. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَكُم مِّن تُرَابٍ وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ خَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يعقلون إن في ذلك لآيات للمؤمنين. So just go through these each one by one until you reach the blank, and you can translate whatever the word is. So I'll just give you 1 minute, and after this we'll take it up, and that should be the end of our class. Okay, so now we will be taking these up, inshallah. Okay, so وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ, and from his signs, and from his signs. Okay, so you have this so far, no need to fill in the blank. That, and خَلَقَكُم, blank, you. We know that khalaqa means he created, so that's what we should have over here, right? He created. And from his signs is that khalaqakum, he created you all from min, from turab. Okay, so we're missing turab. What should we have here? Turab, which means dust. So وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَكُم مِّن turab. And from his signs is that he created you all from dust. So very easy translation here. And the next one, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ, and from his signs, and from his signs. Okay, so you have that so far. خَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ, khalq, creation. And from his sign is blank. So we know that is khalq. So we say creation is the creation of the samawat. Did we remember? Samawat was the plural, the jama of sama, of the heavens. So we'll say heavens. So وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ خَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ, and from his signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth. So that is number 2. And number 3, إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ, certainly in this, لَآيَات. Okay, as you guys remember, la here is also certainly, and we don't need it, right? Because we have inna here. So certainly in this are signs. That's plural for ayat, liqawmi, for the people, for those people. Okay, so we know that we are missing people. So we say for those people who yaqilun. Those people who yaqilun. What did we say? Aqala. They apply reason. Inna fi dhalika la'ayatin liqawmi yaqilun. Certainly in this are signs for those people who apply reason. And now we'll just go to the last one. Inna, surely, certainly. Oh, we're missing certainly. So we can just put that here. Certainly. In this. Fi dhalika. Okay. La'ayat. Oh, okay. So la'aya. This is singular. Remember, this is plural. Ayat, singular, ayah. And we have la here. And if you guys remember, certainly, we have it. So we don't need this other certainly. So certainly in this are is a sign. Singular. Ayah. Lil, for who? The mu'mineen. For the believers. Certainly in this is a sign for the believers. Inna fi dhalika la'ayatan lil mu'mineen. And that's basically all the exercises that we have for today. Inshallah, you guys can answer them in your own books here. And in the following, we have the long surahs or the long ayats that we have, in which if you learned whatever you did in class, you can go ahead and get the PDF file and answer these yourselves in your free time, inshallah. It only takes 10 to 15 minutes. So we can go ahead and take that up by ourselves. Such as, so it's very simple. Inna fi dhalika la'ayatan lil mu'mineen, right? Certainly in this are signs, is a sign, singular is a sign for the believers. So inshallah, you guys can check the PDF and you can read that and answer these by yourself. And inshallah, next week we can start by using the next words. So it's very simple. In this half an hour, you guys learned like 20 words, 20 new words. And they aren't very difficult. Inshallah, you guys can join me for the next class in which we can learn more words. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.